Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. This is the Renewing Your Mind interview series. My name is Makini Smith, and this is my lovely co-host and co-author, Suzana Mihajlovic. We are doing this Renewing Your Mind series to introduce you to some amazing people that have not only been a part of our journey, but have also used the same tools and principles that we have here in our upcoming book, Renewing Your Mind. It's a guide to transforming your world from chaos to clarity. Susanna, I'm going to hand it off to you.
Hello, good morning, good evening, everybody. Welcome. This is a pivotal moment for us, an exciting moment. It's so good to be here with you, my dear friend, my coaching partner, co-author, Makini Smith. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. So we have put this StreamYard on all platforms, but you're in our groups, you're in our personal Facebook profile. If you want to share some comments, just click the link above so that we know who you are. Some comments might not come through because we're all on all platforms, but we will answer and respond to your comments as soon as we finish. So we have a very, very, very special guest. It has been such an exciting lead up the past 6 weeks. We have a story behind our book. I'll just share that story very quickly. So this book was created from a partnership that Makini and I had. We were running a workshop called Renewing Your Mind, and the response from the workshop was just incredible. And the changes that people had in such a short time just by attending. I think it was a 6-day workshop actually, just attending 6 sessions. The changes in them were just incredible. So it was a no-brainer for us to transcribe that workshop in a book. So we have it now. If you don't have your copy, get yourself a copy. It's out the 1st of November. So we are super excited, not only because our book is here. It will be released the 1st of November, but we are super excited because we have one of the most exquisite people in the whole world with us today. And we are honored to have the incredible Agnes Appiah-Apawu with us. Agnes lives in Toronto. She is one of the founding members of our Renewing Your Mind community. So she was one of the first people that attended the workshop, and she's also one of our coaching clients. So Agnes is a mother. She has a gorgeous toddler, a little boy. She's a serial entrepreneur, and she is the voice for many women in her global podcast called Umamu Conversations. So Agnes joined our combined coaching program in December, and boy, oh boy, she just opened up, and so many things started to align for her and started to happen for her. But I will leave it there and let Agnes share with you. So we're going to bring Agnes with us here on stage. Hello, good evening, Agnes. It's evening over there in Toronto. Welcome.
Good evening. Yeah, I'm in Gatineau.
So, where are you? Sorry.
In Gatineau.
Gatineau. Okay, where's Gatineau?
That's like maybe 4 or 5 hours away from Toronto.
Okay.
Yeah, still in Canada. Still there.
Still in Canada. Okay. Good evening. It's evening in Canada now. Morning in Australia. Welcome. Yeah. It's so great to have you here, Agnes. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Ooh, that question, it's that famous question. Tell me about yourself. I mean, where I could start off from, this is something that I'm recently allowing myself to say. I call myself a messenger. I am a messenger, and the way that I provide, or I give out this message through my life experiences. So everything that I've ever experienced in life, I share. The ups, the downs, the good and the bad. I share in order for other, specifically women, African Caribbean women, to know that they're not alone in their experiences. So one, I am a messenger. Two, I am a mother, as you mentioned, to this amazing little boy. Definitely teaching me a lot of things, teaching me about, just how to be patient. So that's a good thing. And I also am the founder of Umami Conversation podcast, where we have unapologetical conversations centered on spirituality, life experiences, and self-development. My goal is really to shift narratives on these topics, and also I'm a strong believer in like conversations like what we're going to have today. I think that conversations really could really change people's lives. And that's one of the reasons why I started this podcast. And yeah, there's so much I could say, but all the rest is I'm a businesswoman also. I'm an entrepreneur, and my goal is to build a whole enterprise and literally have multiple businesses to run.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, and I have an amazing husband. I cannot leave my husband out. Sorry. I got an amazing husband that's taking care of the little man while I'm here. So definitely can't leave him out.
I love it. I love it, Agnes. And I love the alignment with all of us with renewing the mind. You're the conversations that you have in your podcast, what you want to do in the world in terms of like, just abundance overall. Yes. So when we originally transcribed the book, Renewing Your Mind, from the workshops that we did within the Renewing Your Mind community, just over a year ago, you were a founding member inside that group. You participated in the workshops. So we'd love to hear how the material and the information has changed your life.
Oh my goodness. Let me start off by saying thank you to both of you ladies, for joining forces together and creating this platform. I could say so much, but the one thing I'm gonna say out of this program that really shifted things for me is a comment that Suzana made, and she said that this is something that Bob had shared with her. And I think I'm paraphrasing. I'm not quoting it properly, but it was something about how the universe would be out of alignment if I wasn't in it. It blew my mind. It blew my mind in the sense that it really affirmed to me that, man, I am important. I matter.
Yes.
I matter. And if this universe would not be, in the alignment that it is, if I wasn't here, then there is something that I need to do. And I have to find this purpose of mine, and I have to live it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's one major comment that really changed things for me.
And it's great that that comment was so profound for me also, obviously. And it's great that you bring it up as a reminder, because we do need to remind ourselves of that power within, of the truth of who we are. Yeah. And that is the truth of who you are.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I'll never forget that moment when Bob Proctor said that on stage. It did change my life and many people's lives when they hear that. And so the most common things that stop people in moving forward with their lives or dreams, Agnes, as you are aware, is the lack of self-confidence, self-image, not understanding who they truly are, and also fear. And we've done a bit of work, on all of those things. We discuss fear in detail in our book, renewing your mind. And you have changed quite a bit since that first conversation, since you started our workshops. You're still the beautiful person that you are, the beautiful Agnes that we spoke to. But it's
Oh,
like opening, the real you has come through, and it's a really confident Agnes that's taking on the world. So tell us about what you learnt in terms of self-confidence and also moving through your own fear.
mm. When I'll talk about the fear part, um, I've lived basically the majority of my life in fear. And literally, this stems from like my mother's womb and her mother's. It's like a generational thing. We've been living in fear. And this is actually one of the lessons we just finished learning. And one of the things that I found amazing from what I learned concerning fear is that once you know how fear works, then from there you know how to go about it. A lot of times I felt like when fear was there, when I was fearful, I couldn't move forward, but I've learned to move with the fear. Because at the end of the day, you're always going to hit that barrier. It's fear what level, no matter what level that you are at, fear is always going to present itself. So I'm at a place in my life where now I ask myself, are you going to move into it and break that barrier? Or are you going to just stay back again and repeat the same cycle? My goal with all of this that I'm doing is literally to break also like this generational curse, as they call it, right? Of fear, of not moving forward, of always holding back, of not being like myself. And one major thing is it's literally when I know, because I now have this understanding of the way that fear works. I just look at fear and I'm like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do it. And it may seem as if, oh, it's not that easy, but it actually really is. Like, I feel like you get to a point where you realize, well, why was I holding back so much? Why did I allow fear to take over me? Like, why? You could ask all the whys in the world. But for me, recently, I've been able to really like just take these bold steps. Recently, I sent an email to this company and, requested something from them. And I was like, I don't know what they're going to say, but I'm just going to send it. Like, it's either you send or you don't send. The worst case scenario, they'll tell you no, and then you go to the next company and the next, right? Until you get the answer that you want. But um, yeah, these lessons has really allowed me to tap into my own power, and really know that I could do all things. I could do all things. Like there's nothing that could stop me but myself.
That's
Um, so yeah, that's a little bit about what I could talk about fear for me.
There's so much that you've said in there, that generational fear, the generational trauma that is passed down, understanding and having a deeper awareness of yourself and who you are and breaking that down. You've not only broken it for yourself, but the generations to come.
Yeah,
So congratulations. And you're so
Yeah.
right. That looks a lot scarier until you start to break through it. And it's not that there's nothing, there's nothing to be afraid of
yeah.
when you move through it. Yeah.
Yeah. Everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of that fear. That's where all the rewards are, right?
And it's always going to be there, and that's one thing I realize. It's this annoying entity
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't want you to move forward. So literally, like Bob calls it, the terror barrier. Like, what are you going to do? Are you
Yeah.
going to let the terror take over you, or are you going to like break that barrier? But
I
I
love it.
choose to break it. Yeah.
Oh, I love that you brought that up because, not only were you a part of our, free workshops, but you actually took that leap of faith to work with us, to coach you, to do the program, Bob Proctor program, as well as working with Susanna and I. And I would love to know what's been your biggest aha moment throughout all of the sessions and lessons.
There's been too many to actually think about, to be honest with you. But one of the things that I could say is I've never been so clear on what I want for my life as I am now. Never been. Like, I could tell for like those that are close to me, like one day I'm here, the next day I'm there, the next day I want to be this, the next day I was all over the place trying to find myself, right? But now literally I know without a shadow of a doubt, this is what I want. This is where I am in life. And obviously things change, we evolve, we transform. It might look different, but the fact that at this particular moment in my life, I am so clear on what I want, where I want to go, it is so freeing. It's really freeing. Yeah.
I love hearing that
Yeah.
clarity piece for me, that because now you know the truth of who you are. You've taken that time, you're focused, you're aligned, so your vision is clear. I love it.
Yeah, definitely. And and that doesn't take away the fact that even just today, like this self-doubt tried to like whisper in my ears, and I was just like, no, I am like this. I know that this is who I am. This is where I'm going. My voice matters. I am valuable. Like it's constant work, but it's so worth it. It is so worth it.
Absolutely. And I think that everybody has that voice, even the most successful person that you imagine. That's just, your brain doing its job. It's a thought producing machine, but it's a matter of, are you going to focus on that, or are you going to move into and align with the truth of who you are and your own purpose? And talking about purpose, how has the material, Agnes, assisted you with your boundaries and self-care to honor your true self and your purpose?
Wow. I think the way that this material that it there's okay, how I could put it is there's a lot of different self development or human potential work out there, and I've tried a few, and I think for me is finding the one that works for you. And the work that that Bob did resonated so much with me. I don't know what it was. I still till this day I still don't know what it is, but he has a way of breaking things down that allows me to absorb the information at the level that I am at. And also working with both of you is working with both of you, it's funny because we have the group coaching, and then we have the one-on-one, right, where it's more personal. It's like we dive in a little bit in deep other type of deeper conversations, so just being able to have women there, people there, coaches there to walk me through like this whole journey of finding self and finding the truth of who I am. I think it's just all of it. It's really all of it. It's all of it. And the material, as I said, the material I've been able to, it's information that I've been able to digest, and not information, because sometimes you'll hear things and it's really hard to believe what you're hearing. But for some reason, for me, this material was like, yeah, yes, I believe what this man is saying. I believe what this woman is saying. I think these words are true, and one of the amazing things that I'll say about you, Susanna, is that I really love the fact that you always bring us back to us. Like every time, let's say, you give us different examples, like, yeah, I don't really believe in like all of these things that they do, but if you want to do it, go ahead. But it's really about you. You bring us back to center. You bring me back to like everything that I desire, everything that I want, everything that I want to achieve. It has to start with me. It's not always
Absolutely.
external.
No,
So it's yeah,
absolutely.
everything. I can't. It's hard for me to be like, oh, this part or this part, but it's just the whole package. Having both of you being my coaches, having the group ones, having the one-on-ones, the material is easy to digest. I'm able to ask questions freely. Um, yeah, I hope I answered the question.
And back to the start, like how you said, the reminder of the experience in Toronto that I had, without you, the whole universe would be out of alignment. And so without you, so everything, the universe is inside you. Everything you want is inside you. And we're so conditioned to look on the outside for things we want, but it's not out there. Okay, everything is inside. Everything, the answers are inside, and Makini and I's role, and you're right, it is the whole package. And I think that's why our testimonials are so strong. It's not just, listening to one program. You've got a combination of 3 experts there working together to support you and a community. But at the bottom, but we bring you back to you. We are not the experts of you. So it brings your power back to yourself, and I think that's why it works. So
Yes. Yeah, Agnes and I had spoken on one of her one-on-one sessions, and we talked about, you can hear the same thing from different people and receive it differently. And I think the beauty in the way that, the way that we've packaged the whole renewing your mind coaching is you get the self-study through Bob listening to the material. You get the group sessions with Susanna going through the material. And then we get the one-on-one with myself where you're digging deep, asking the questions, going in further about what, questions you have for yourself, your own aha moments from, the sessions itself. So I think the combination of everything that it encompasses is probably what helps the most. And we truly believe that everyone needs to learn about themselves through this material. So what would you like to say to any of our viewers, anyone that is listening, if they're thinking about jumping on board? What advice would you give to them? What would you say?
I would say don't wait until it's too late. Don't wait until things hit the fan and life becomes even harder than it is before you're like, oh, I think I need to be rescued, or I need help, or I need whatnot. Really, if you feel the urge, the nudge, if you feel that this is what you need and you're in alignment, take the bold step. Get yourself a coach. And I'm going to share a little very quick testimonial. Like, I didn't have the funds automatically, the funds weren't there. But because I was so sure that this is what I wanted, it appeared. And Susanna could testify. I cried. I sent Susanna a message crying because something had happened. Like, I was like, I'm done. I'm not going to do this. It's not going to work for me. But, the creator, the universe, whatever you want to call it, had other plans. And a way was open for me to get the funds. And here I am.
Absolutely. And absolutely.
Go ahead,
So I think the 3 of us can share a similar story where we didn't have the funds, but we knew we wanted to change, and we knew we had to make a decision, to do something different. Yeah. And I love your story, Agnes. I'll never forget that You were ready. You knew that this was the right thing for you, and the funds were not there. And you did have a few challenges, but you did not give up. And we knew, the three of us working together, we knew with that level of determination, they will come through. They will come through. And what happens, and what you learnt from the very beginning, is when you put out there and decide that you're going to do something that evidence shows it's not going to happen, but you've made a decision, immediately the equal opposite comes, because you can't have the thing that you want unless you experience the thing that you don't want. It's the same thing. It's the polar opposite. Okay. And by you moving through that, I remember when, you called us and said, right, the funds have come through. And I said, congratulations, you have already changed.
Yeah.
You've already changed. Your money paradigms have gone just like that.
Yeah.
So congratulations to you. And what a journey it has been. What a journey.
It has. And mind you, I had just had a baby.
Yes, you did.
A few months in.
Yes.
It was honestly, it was a crazy thing for me to do, but
Yeah.
I just needed, I think I needed to do it. And I'm really, really glad I did. I'm really glad I did. Yeah.
Well, the big crazy decisions and the big crazy thinkers change the world, right?
Yeah.
I would love to ask you one last question, or Makini might have a question, but
Sure.
Just my question, what if you didn't? What if you didn't? What if you allowed the money to prevent you from moving forward?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't even want to go there. I don't know. I don't know. What if I didn't? I honestly have no clue. I know for a fact that I would still be trying to figure out what I want to do in my life. That's for sure. And I got the chance through this to meet Michelle Gardner. That's part of the Aspire series that I'm also part of, so yeah, it's I can't, I don't know what to say.
What I love is you made the decision and the money came.
Yeah.
You said you don't even know where you would be, but it's because you made the decision.
Yeah.
Oftentimes people sit on the fence and they're not sure and they're wavering. They haven't given the command, and it's, whatever title you want to give it, we say God controls the universe. So when you give that command, you put that out there, you've made that decision. So everything that you need starts to fall into place. The money may not be here physically in your hand, but you make the decision, and the resources, the opportunity, the money, what you need will come to you to make it happen. You just have to make the decision.
It's about making a decision. Yeah.
Absolutely. A lesson that we have all learnt from the incredible Bob. So those of you that are watching, Agnes and Makini have mentioned Bob. So they were referring to the legend of Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor was Makini and I's mentor. We are one of his top consultants in the world. And we have the foreword written in this book has been written by Bob Proctor's eldest son, Brian Proctor, who's a dear, dear friend of ours. If you haven't ordered your copy, please order your copy. We have so many goodies, so much information coming in the next month before the launch and after the launch of our book. So stay tuned, and over to Makini.
I think everyone go to renewingyourmindbook.com. And you will see listed there all the bonuses that come with pre-ordering the book. Make sure you get the book before November 1st so you have access to all the goodies that we're offering to you. And we just want to thank Agnes for so many reasons, but let's start with, for you first making the decision. For you making that decision to say yes to yourself. You didn't say yes to us first, you said yes to Agnes first. So I want to thank you for that. And then I want to thank you for putting trust in us to be your coaches through this process, to hold your hand through the process, to be there to answer your questions and to help along this journey. We just want to thank you for being a founding member of the Renewing Your Mind community. And we are just excited for everything that is to come for you, Agnes. I have, from our very first one-on-one session to the one we last had, seen so much growth and evolution in you. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. You have grown so much, and I cannot wait to see what else is in store for you. I am so excited to follow along and be a part of this journey.
Thank you. You're welcome. And thank you also. I appreciate you, ladies.
Thank you so much, Agnes. It's been our honour having you here with us. And even though you've been with us for the past 9 months, your journey has just begun. You have only scratched the surface of what is waiting for you. And we are here supporting you. Yes, we feel, yes, we are so excited with what is about to unfold. And thank you for your time this morning. We know how busy you are. Or this evening.
It's evening in Eastern Standard Time. It's morning in Australia.
Oh, so,
thank you, ladies.
Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody in our Renewing Your Mind community, in our Facebook group, in the Millionaire Roundtable Facebook group, our followers, our, anybody that has watched live. If you have any questions, please do put a comment in the comment box, and either Makini, myself, or our team will get back to you as soon as possible. And over to you, Makini.
Well, I just want to thank everyone that gave us their time today and took the time to tune in and to listen to our conversation with Agnes. We would love for you to join us next week at the same time. We have another special guest for you. We will be going live every Thursday at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, and that is 8:30. Sorry, yeah, that was Friday, 8:30 a.m. Australian time.
Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane time.
We've got so many special guests in store for you all. And once again, go and grab your copy. The book, Renewing Your Mind, co-authored by Suzana and myself, is available online on most major online bookstores, Walmart, Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, Booktopia, you name it, it's there. We would love your feedback as well. Hope to see you guys next week.
Bye-bye. Have an incredible week. See you next week. Bye-bye.